How are you? If you're just joining me and you like what you hear here on this channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button or the dislike button, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified the next time I'm doing a video. I'm actually going to go live on all of these platforms here. So um, I got Facebook. Hold on, speaker of the year, and then we're gonna do the same. Speaker of the year, and speaker of the year. Let's go live. So we are live into Facebook and Instagram. Good afternoon. Great to see you back here again. I do not have my coffee. This is the afternoon. I don't know about you guys. I got hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. I don't know about you guys, but I can't drink caffeine in the afternoon. After pretty much after 12 p.m. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. I see you guys there. I see you guys on YouTube as well. Good afternoon. If you're just joining me, please comment down below where you're joining me from. Good afternoon. So yeah, so after pretty much after 12, I won't sleep at night if I have any caffeine. I love my coffee. I love my morning coffee, but it has to be in the morning. I do not drink it in the afternoon. In the afternoon, I switch over, and I love hot beverages, and there's a whole mindset behind that, and a whole philosophy behind that, and we can discuss that, and you can go check out some of my videos on YouTube. But I have coffee, hot chocolate, or tea. I love my tea. So I want to see what you guys drink. If you can comment down below, I want to see what you guys drink afternoon. Do you guys drink coffee? I'm not sure. So, what did I want to talk about today? I wanted to talk about actually this award, Speaker of the Year. So I want to show you the award first of all. Show everybody here. We have people they're on live on YouTube. This is being broadcasted. You can see this is the award here. Woo! And here you go. Here you go. You guys can see it. Beautiful, beautiful. First of all, this means a lot, right? Because this means that people had to vote, and the people. Thank you, guys. I already see all the congratulations and thumbs ups and likes and hearts. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I wanted to share my story of how in the world did I become a speaker, and how in the world did I get into personal development. It's not something that everybody pursues. I never thought I would pursue this. But beforehand, I want to thank first of all my family. I want to thank my God. I want to thank all of the people that believed in me. I want to thank all of the people that voted for me. I know that there was a lot of great speakers that were nominated as well, and it was just an honor to be nominated with everyone. And if you voted, it's because you believe in what I'm doing, and how how if somehow things that I've said in the past have impacted in your life, that means you went out and you voted, and I'm grateful for that. I'm also grateful for the haters. We love the haters. I want you to comment in the comment section if you love your haters, because this makes it sweet, because there's a lot of people in my life that never thought I could ever be a professional speaker, or ever even had a chance of becoming a professional speaker. And you know, I just wanted to share some awards here. World class speaker, 2016 world class speaker, and something that is meaningful to me. It's like, business of the year, right? Business of the year. And what do these awards really mean? Well, first of all, it's recognition from your peers, people in the industry. They're aware, and they're everybody that has voted has said, what, somehow this person deserves some recognition. And to me, that's so meaningful to me, that it makes me grateful, and it makes me nostalgic, and it makes me in some way think about my journey. And so that's what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about my journey to becoming a professional speaker. Thank you so much. I see all the hearts. And this journey is actually really, really interesting, because never in my life did I ever think that I would ever be a public figure. Never in my life did I ever want to be. I have been on television. I've been on stages all across North America and internationally. Never, I'm a coach, a mentor. Never in my life did I ever, want to pursue that. First of all, in school, I had stage fright, huge stage fright. And so I want you to comment in the comment section. I want you to comment if you've ever, or if you fear speaking in public. If that's something that you fear, congratulations. Yes, thank you. So I want you to write in the comment section if speaking in public is something that you fear. If speaking in public is something that you fear. And a lot of people actually fear. This is a big fear for a lot of people. Speaking in public. That was a big fear for me. Number one. I have an accent. If you listen to me, you can listen. If you listen closely, you're gonna hear an accent, right? So English is a second language for me, and so I've always been self-conscious of that. Number two, I'm a business person, and I've achieved a lot of things in my life, but I do not have a university degree. And I remember, going to an event, watching a professional speaker on stage, and thinking to myself, wow, I could do that. I could really, really, really do that. That's what I want to do. I want to inspire people. And then on my way home, the self-talk, that little voice inside of your head, yeah, Alfonso, you can't do that. You don't have a university degree. Who are you? You got this accent. When I was in school, let's like grade 4, grade 5, I had a speech impediment as well. So speech impediment, accent. I don't know anything about speaking. Every time I've ever gone on stage, I've just been terrified. It's just something, it would just terrify me. I would avoid it at all costs. And then, so this actually haunted me for a very long time. And I tried a few things. I tried to speak in public. And tell me if this is you. You become very self-aware. The second you are standing in a group of people, you become very self-aware, and you're thinking about, the things that you're saying. And every time I ever did it, it was just horrible. It was horrible. And then one of my mentors, my speaking mentors, and I'll give him a shout out here. Hopefully he's watching, or he'll watch at some point. Steve Lowell, he said the most powerful piece of real estate And I want you guys to listen closely because we're all a lot of us are investing into real estate. I'm a real estate investor, and so he said the most powerful piece of real estate. And so now I'm listening. I'm all ears, right? And he said the most powerful piece of real estate is the stage. Whoa. I said, what do you mean? He said, from the stage, people have inspired others to create magnificent things. From the stage, people started wars. From the stage, people have ended wars. From the stage, people have inspired change. Like Martin Luther King, I have a dream speech. And so the stage is actually the most powerful, the most valuable piece of real estate on this planet, this platform. And now that we can, I'm broadcasting into YouTube, I'm broadcasting into Instagram, Facebook. I'm broadcasting live. Right now, I'm on stage, right? And from this stage, I can inspire people. I can create change in the world. And so that is a big responsibility. And if you're in business, if you can control the stage, you get the business. He or she who controls the stage will always get the business. And so that is something that I really, really paid close attention to. And in 2007, 2008, I was featured in Reader's Digest. And this article that's behind me, you can see it behind me, it went to 15 different countries, translated into 5 or 6 different languages, including Chinese. Imagine, Chinese. Ni hao ma, Alfonso Cuadra. And so this was an opportunity for me. I mean, this was like a momentum. And people said, Alfonso, come speak here. Come, talk to this group of investors or entrepreneurs. And I said no. This is 2008. I said no, I don't have time. I'm not available at that time. And I missed out on a lot of opportunities, not only to change lives, but to inspire others, And so as a result of that particular article, I ended up getting a lot of mail, not just emails, but actual physical mail. People were still sending letters back in 2008. And this 2008 article actually went to 15 different countries. Millions and millions of people, read this article, and it was an article about my life, how I started, being in war, ending up on the streets, starting a business at a young age, becoming a father, my life. And if you're just getting to know me right now, you can go back on my channel and you can watch some videos, and I do talk about my life and my story. And so these letters were so inspiring because people were reaching out, and they were doing all kinds of great things in the world. And they said, it's because of you and your story, and you've inspired me to do this, start this business, go back to school, or grab life by grab the bull by the horns kind of thing, and take control over my life. And so I really started to think about that, and I said, well, I want to, I now at this point thinking I have a responsibility to help people, because my story can help people. But then in my mind, in the back of my mind, I'm saying to myself, well, hold on a second, Alfonso, you don't know how to speak. You're not a speaker. We're not going to listen to you. And just like everybody else, every single year we do these New Year's resolutions. And every single year, I always say I want to conquer this fear of speaking in public, because it was becoming something that was getting in the way of my life and my business, right? There was a point where I could have grown my business, and instead I started to contract, right? Because I was so scared of getting on stages, because that was the next logical move for me, is to get on stages and inspire people and create change, but I couldn't. And so January 1st, I said, that's it. That's it. This is going to be my year of yes. My year of yes. And sure enough, I said, anybody that calls me for speaking, it doesn't matter where it is, I'll do it. Even if it's at the side of a barn, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll just say yes. I won't think about it. I won't be scared. I'll just say yes. And so it can be, it can be rewarding, and it makes you, it gets you pumped up, to make that decision about yourself. But until you get the phone call. Sure enough, a few weeks later, I got the phone call. Someone said, you know what, we have an event, and this event, we had a speaker, he backed out, we need a speaker. I said, okay, when is it? She says, tomorrow. Whew, tomorrow. How many people? She said, like 40 people. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like sweating. I've up until that point, I've never spoken in front of maybe more than 10 or 5 or 10 people. And so remember, it's my year of yes. So I said, I'll do it. I'll do it. Got my little talk ready. It was going to be around 25 minutes. I wrote it all down, and I said, this is what I'm going to say, and this is how I'm going to say it. And I remember getting to the venue, and it just happened to be a church. I mean, it's a church here downtown Ottawa. They were just using it as a venue. It wasn't anything religious, but the lady comes out, the organizer comes out, and she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Things have changed. More people have showed up than expected. And so I ought to, I'm freaking out now, right? I'm like, okay, how much? She says, well, around 300. I haven't spoken more than 10 people in my life. What do you mean 300 people? I mean, like, you're crazy. And she said, do it. We have no one. And I said, okay, I'll do it, right? Remember, it's my year of yes. And I said, you know what? What's the worst thing that could happen? I tank this, and I go back to my regular life, and that's it. That's all. Nobody knows. And then, so I get on stage, and I don't know if you guys have ever spoken in a church before, but there's the acoustics. So, she introduces me, and I get on stage, and I say, good morning, and good morning. Your own sound comes back to you, right? Whatever you do, good morning, come back to you. And it was so distracting that the second I said good morning, my mind went blank. I want you to comment down below if that, yes, the echo, Andre, the echo. I want you to comment down below if if you've ever gone blank, if your mind has ever gone blank before, right? If you've been in a situation, you were going to say something and your mind just goes blank, like there's nothing, zero. That's people's biggest fear. By the way, people fear public speaking more than death. This is true. People fear public speaking more than death. Think about that for a second. The majority of the people in the world prefer death than to getting up on stage and making a fool of themselves. And think about it. If your mind goes blank, you're like, ooh, it's so embarrassing, right? And so there was periods in my talk that my mind would just blank, and I would just be like, would look at the audience like this. And then I would kind of remember what I was going to say, and then I continued on, and then I'd go blank again. I'm remembering it now. You know what? There's a video of this and pictures, and by the way, I will never ever release these videos. Never. They're in the vault for life. But I'm wearing I'm wearing a gray suit, something like this, and I remember doing this, and my armpits are just completely drenched. There was my back is just drenched. I'm sweating buckets, and now the self-talk. And I remember thinking to myself, Alfonso, if you get through this, never, ever, ever in your life, never in your life, do this again. Like, remember this moment. And I remember thinking to myself, who in the world, in the right mind, would ever get up on stage and do this to themselves? This is torture. This is torture. This is torture. It was complete and utter torture. And I remember thinking, like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this, right? Because I would say a few sentences and then my mind would just go blank. And I would just look at the audience. Thank God there was lights that I couldn't really see anybody. And all I kept looking for, where's the exit? And I saw the exit. And I remember thinking, okay, I'm just going to get off stage and nobody will know I was here. I didn't see anybody. This never happened. And there you go. The exit's right there. I'm just going to make a quick run for the exit, and then that will be the end of my speaking career. Thank God I tried it, and at the end of the day, it's done. Like, I never have to do this again. So finally, the pain stopped. Finally, for the love of God, I mean, it took like 25 minutes. It was like 25 minutes, but it felt like it was forever. 25 minutes felt like it was, this 25 minutes lasted forever, and it was so painful. And throughout the entire presentation, I kept going blank. Finally, the torture is over, and I'm gonna make a run for it. And boom, I'm walking quickly towards the exit, and from the corner of my eye, I see this lady get up from the audience. She makes a move towards the aisle, and then she starts running towards me, like literally running. And I'm thinking, like, oh my God, how bad was I? Is she gonna hit me on the head, or is she gonna slap me? Maybe, I must have been really horrible. This lady is making a run for me. As she gets closer, I could see she's crying. I could see her face, and she's been crying. And so I stopped, and now I'm looking at her, and I'm like, geez, like, I was that bad that I made someone cry. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. And she gets in front of my face, and she says, your story has changed my life. Your story has changed my life. Your use of pauses. She goes, your use of pauses. She thought I was doing these pauses, like dramatic pauses in my talk. But I was just going blank. But anyway, she's like, your story has changed my life and has caused me to reflect on myself. She said, thank you, thank you, thank you. And she hugged me. She hugged me. And then I started to realize that public speaking, or, delivering a message, it's not even about me at all. What most of us are conscious of is, are we going to say, do we trip over our words? If you can tell, I have an accent. Sometimes I trip over my words. Maybe I missay a sentence or misspeak in a way. Who cares? Nobody cares about that. That's only you. And when you're self-conscious, you're so worried about what you look like. But when you make the message about your audience, when you make the message about how is what I'm saying going to impact someone else's life? When you make your message and your talk about the audience and what they're going to get out of it, this is when you become a real true communicator. This is all about becoming a speaker. And there's different types of speakers. I mean, there's people that are well polished and they want to transfer information. What I know, you will know. What I know, you will know. And that's okay, right? You can have those types of speakers. But I want to transfer feeling. If you can feel the same way I feel about my life, if I can transfer that feeling to you in your life, you will be unstoppable. And so I never, since that moment, I didn't care about the ums, the ahs, the sometimes I forget my train of thought. It really became irrelevant, because all that matters in my life is how what I'm saying affects you and what you can take out of this, the message. And after that moment, I was free. I started to speak on stages everywhere. And then one day someone says, how much? And then at that point I became a professional speaker. I started speaking internationally, all over North America. And to be recognized as a, as the speaker, professional speaker of the year, this means so much to me, like you don't even believe, because it's something that, for the past 10 years I've been a professional speaker, 10 plus years, and I never think about awards and things like that, but to be recognized by you guys, and that means I've impacted your life in a way of something that I've said has impacted you in a way that you said, you know what, I'm going to vote for this guy, and that's meaningful to me. And that's why I wanted to talk about today, Speaker of the Year. I'm getting these awards. Thank you, Faces Magazine. I really appreciate it. And this is what I know. Everyone has fears in life. All of you have fears. My biggest fear was to get on stage, right? I had this big fear of getting on stage. Little did I know that everything that I wanted in life, to have a fulfilled life, everything that I wanted was at the other side of fear. Everything you want in life is at the other side of your biggest fears. So the question that I have for you is, what is it that you fear? What is it that you fear? What are you most fearful of? And that's the thing you should probably run towards. Because everything in life is at the other side of fear. And I've made my entire life is all about communicating and changing lives. And my life changed from what I wanted to do with my life to how I was going to use my life in order to impact others to live their lives to the highest capacity. And so what is it in your life that you are fearful of? And why aren't you doing more of that? That's the question, right? So you're going to have to take it away and do that self-work. But that's the question that I have for you today. What is it that you're fearful of? And why aren't you doing more of it? And why aren't you, facing it head on? Because what I discovered was that everything that I wanted in my life was at the other side of that fear. And that fear was holding me back. And since 2008, I was free. I was free, and I was able to impact lives. Literally thousands and thousands of people. As a result, imagine I would have just, contracted for my entire life, and I wouldn't have had this life. Imagine. So, for those of you that are watching me on not on Facebook, but on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. hit the bell to get notified. Like or dislike, that's okay. If you dislike what I say, that's okay. Remember what I said from the beginning. We love the haters. We love the haters just as much because you are bringing attention to the things that we are doing. We're gonna